midnight. The low around 28, and right now it's a sunny 31 degrees. This report is brought to you by Axelrod Sour Cream. For the best dip, pick up all-natural Axelrod Sour Cream. Blend in Lipton Recipe Secret Soup Mix and dip with Wise Chips. You'll have the best dip for your parties. I'm Lori McNichol for the Fan Highway Patrol.
14 till the hour, and I am imus229. Well, Dan Rather, Tom Brokaw, and Peter Jennings all back from Havana. Could not get out of there soon enough, and 9 seconds left, back to Stoudemire. Damon is going to penetrate. Pull up for the jumper. Stoudemire, good! With 3.8 seconds left, Stoudemire hits it. Fading down. Oh, man!
An interesting day for Stoudemire. Good morning. Mike Breen with Sports, sponsored by Ramsey Mitsubishi. Mike Inglis to call, CFRB in Toronto, where Damon Stoudemire won a game for the Raptors. Final second shot knocked off the Sacramento Kings. Damon had 36 points, ending a very difficult day for him. A trade to send him to Houston was agreed upon between the two teams, only to fall apart at the last second. So 1 minute he thinks he's going to the Houston Rockets, the next minute he's still with the Toronto Raptors, and most people don't understand the emotional strain this has on a young man, but Damon explained his situation.
If I do have to leave him, it's going to be hard because everybody in here is like brothers, and, if I leave, then I got to find some new brothers now.
I hear you humming.
We wish him luck.
Well, of course we do.
Of where he plays. How about them Knicks? Beat the red-hot Pacers last night at the Garden, ending Indiana's win streak at 5. Knicks starting to play well without Patrick Ewing. Chris Dudley, the center starting in place of Ewing, analyzed the team.
I still say we're a team that can beat anybody as well as can lose to anybody.
This guy's from Yale. The usual celebrities were at the Garden last night courtside. Spike Lee, Michael J. Fox, and Bernard McGurk all on hand to watch the Knicks defeat the Indiana Pacers. Also last night, Michael Jordan, 33 points as the Bulls whooped the Hornets.
Mike, stop. You're interrupting the cricket.
Miami down Philly. Can't hear the cricket. And Denver lost again at home to Detroit. Nuggets losing streak now at 22 as they lose 87-67. In a high school game in Clarksville, Tennessee, Jackie Miller played quite a game. She took 64 shots. 61 of them were three-pointers. She hit 15, scoring 50 of her team's 52 points. Another Michael Jordan in the making, not for her ability, but for her ball-hogging tendencies, as the young girl not sharing with her teammates.
I get it.
Super Bowl 32, 4 days away, and the trash talking has begun. Green Bay safety Eugene Robinson took a shot at Denver quarterback John Elway.
He's 37 years old. He lost a step. Trust me.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's the first real shot taken, Mr. Elway. And from the Australian Open, Michael Chang, third seed, loses in straight sets to some guy named Guillaume Raoult. So Chang is out, his earliest exit in quite some time in Australia.
I thought we were going to hear from Bud Collins this morning, Bernard. That's correct. That did not work out, or were you supposed to call him? You weren't, so you didn't. It's 10 minutes now till the hour. We're talking with Boomer Esiason, who is joining, as I mentioned, Monday Night Football with Dan Dierdorf and Al Michaels, and he's replacing Frank Gifford, who, Frank cheated on his wife, and that's what happens, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what, replacing somebody that's been in there for 27 years is not going to be easy.
Frank's an idiot.
But he and I,
you're unbelievable.
What are you talking about?
You're replacing a rhesus monkey. What do you know? You're a bright guy.
You're an idiot.
We know that, but I mean,
a cardboard cutout could do better than that. That old dope.
No, well, look.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
You got to wake up, Boomer.
But I mean,
You got to wake up.
I mean,
Actually, why don't you go to sleep?
I'm starting to. I'm going to come in there and punch you in the mouth. You can't be rude to my guest.
Who's going to wheel you in here?
Well, Charles.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
President, in his obvious excitement, hollered, "Go, baby."
Oh, God.
I remember commenting at the time,
Son of a bitch.
I bet that's not the first time he said that.
Yeah, first time I said it was with your mama, you wrinkled up old bastard.
And my point is,
What is your point, you drunk?
there is an inner...
Imus in the morning.
Sugar Bill. Bye-bye, fly.
I unzip my fly. I unzip my fly. Paula Corbin Jones made me weak in the knee. Who knows just why I thought so? Now the little vixen is accusing me. 'Cause 7 years ago, I touched her with a 10-foot pole. Lord have mercy. I unzip my fly. was a little twisted. Gave my deposition, she wanted to attend. Looked so fine, I thought I was gonna do it again. Word! Tried so hard to settle, but Carpenter said no. Many times denied my dough, another homely home. Go, baby! I'm just gonna lie. To defuse the accusations, come up with some fabrications. I'm just gonna lie. I admit to all the kisses, catch hell with the little misses. I'm just gonna lie. What you want? What you want? I'm just gonna lie. What you want? What you want? Sitting in a room, her beady eyes on me. 6 hours of testimony. She wants $2 million and an apology. No hope of compromise, so here's my alibi. I'm just gonna lie. I didn't pet her sweater, don't believe I've ever met her. I'm just gonna lie. Refuse to sign off on this until I'm way out of office. I'm just going to lie. What you want? What you want?
Well, if you've heard Sugar Ray, you love this if you haven't. To make it into a Sugar Bill Fly. Tom Brokaw coming up.
Imus in the morning.
All right, let me talk to you about...
Footage of his funeral tribute to Princess Diana appear in videos produced by the BBC and ITN, Independent Television News.
Is there anybody going to perform at Mother Teresa's? I guess not, maybe. How about Bob Dylan?
How about it?
You're going to sing for the Pope, right?
Would this be any kind of a stretch then? No.
Lay, lady, lay.
No.
Lay in that big glass.
No. Idiot.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Are we on TV? Hi, Deidre. How are you? Don't be late for school, honey. Oh, yeah, I was helping my wife last night with her homework, so...
She doesn't need any help for economics. She know what time it is.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. Okay, woo! I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you about my town. I'm gonna tell you a big bad story, baby. It's all about my town. Yeah, down by the river.
How are you?
Fine.
What's up, baby?
Well, I want to talk to you about how I just...
Get around with that, Pat.
Is this Francesa's?
No, it's not. Just don't play with it.
Well, Goodbye.
Well, no, go on. Well, I can't help it if he's rude.
We're having a conversation.
Can't you just be quiet?
I'm not the one talking.
The Boeing 747. Look at the back of O'Brien's head. It looks like a sand trap, doesn't it?
Well, I give up.
You read the news. There.
You read the news.
Take the whole damn thing.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
You realize I'll come up with there and beat that.
You're not going to do anything.
You threw something at me.
Well, you're not going to, first of all, don't threaten anybody with any kind of physical violence.
He threw stuff at me this morning.
Fool, you're not going to do anything.
He threw stuff
You look
at me
like
this
Reginald
morning.
Denny leaving
Yeah,
you.
you look watch yourself, buddy.
O'Brien's coming up, by the way.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Well,
20 Sports with Mark Green.
Countdown for Big John and the Broncos. Good morning, Mike Breen with Sports.
Oh, I
the
get
Sportscast sponsored by Subaru Forester. I Love Elway, the new hit single.
is that Randy Newman doing that or somebody else?
No, that's Delbert McClinton.
No,
Words and
shut
music
up.
by Delbert McClinton, the Gilbert Brown of the music world.
No. I talked to Wendy last night. Wendy calls me last night.
Yeah.
Delbert's wife, and says, turn on the E channel. Delbert's going to be on. Right in the middle of me trying to monitor 7 channels to stay on top of the president, who's been on apparently on top of this intern.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So I turn on the E channel, and it's not Delbert. So, not Delbert. Well, what happened? Well, I don't know.
Somebody thin.
Delbert lost weight. Delbert looks great.
Okay, fine.
And so Delbert's in Chicago this morning doing something. Anyway, what else?
Super Bowl 32 is almost here. Big press conference today in San Diego where the participants of the national anthem and the pregame show will all gather together and talk about preparations for their big day.
Big Motown thing, right?
Jewel is going to do the national anthem.
Oh, great.
Also,
from her car, by the way.
Lee Greenwood, the Fifth Dimension, and the Beach Boys will all be part of that great pregame show.
There we go.
They'll also discuss reasons for the resurgence of Fleetwood Mac. That's going to be a part of the press conference
Well,
as
the
well.
halftime show's Motown, right?
I think so.
Yeah, the halftime show's Motown.
Right. I'm just talking about the pregame now.
Lee Greenwood, the Beach Boys, no else?
The
Jewel.
Fifth Dimension.
The Fifth Dimension.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
About time they came back.
Sure. Ticket scalping business very brisk. The highest face value seat is $350. Some of those going for $4,000.
Wow.
And for those at the game, cups of beer, $7 for a cup of beer.
Oh,
Of course, of interest to the I-Man, hot dogs will be $5 a piece and 3 for $12.
Yeah.
Referee for the game, Ed Hockley, his first Super Bowl. But the weather forecast does not look good for Sunday. Right now, temperatures, they say, will be in the mid-20s with a 50% chance of snow. You would think that would favor the Packers over the Broncos for that game. Of course, the Super Bowl will be the final telecast of the NFL for NBC Sports.
That's not the situation. That's not the weather forecast, you idiot.
Yes, it is.
San Diego?
That's the forecast I read.
Go ahead.
For the next 8 years, of course, NBC Sports will be out of the NFL. One of those broadcasting the game will be analyst Phil Simms, who was asked about the current state of the NFL.
This is not baseball, and this is not the NBA.
Good insight from Phil, who will be a guest later this morning on the Imus in the Morning program.
Well, ask Phil about that.
Of course, will be on with Dick Enberg and Paul McGuire.
Yeah.
Tennis, top seed Pete Sampras has made it through the 4th round of the Australian Open. Straight set win last night. And Andre Agassi, unseeded, still very much alive, just knocked off the 16th seed to advance to the next round. And Andre says he's ready to do damage.
I feel like, I'm right there, ready to step it up.
Apparently, he's been hanging out with Jennifer Capriati. Man, well, can we pick the energy up in this and the pace? And are you done, or what's the deal?
What did you get on me for? Let's start that today.
14 till the hour here on the Imus 229 program, and now I'd like to welcome over from the Archdiocese in New York, our friend, John Cardinal O'Connor. Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning, God bless. Cardinal, a wee bit weary this morning. I'm Mr. Lamar.
What's the matter?
Tired. Just flew in from Cuba overnight.
Oh, okay.
Don't ruffle me feathers. I'll come in and put the heel of me boot in your teeth, you schmuck, you.
That will be
Well,
fine.
for you too, McCord, you bootlick and told you be Jesus.
You leave McCord alone.
What a treat to be back. Be once again using toilet paper, be Jesus, I, Mr. Moore. It's lovely. Havana, Cuba makes the South Bronx look like Bedford Falls. I tell you that, just smack you. One piece of advice for the Pope down in Cuba.
Yeah.
Watch your wallet, be Jesus. I know what they call 4 Cubans in quicksand, Mr. Moore.
No, Cardinal O'Connor.
Quattro Cinco, be Jesus. 4 less mouths to feed, be Jesus. I tell you that.
That will be fine.
Keep the embargo, I say. Embargo Puerto Rico as well. Teach them a lesson, the whole lot of them, be Jesus. Andale, you muddy conches. The winning numbers in the New York State Lottery is as follows.
What are the winning
The daily
numbers?
number.
Okay, what's the daily number?
You just say this, Mr. Moore.
Yes?
You feel a little uneasy speaking to a man, a big creep at that,
Yeah.
who's had sex with his own interns and subordinates, be Jesus. Including this little red-headed peck-neck engineer over his new Rufino.
Wait a minute,
What's the win?
Wait a minute.
What's the win for number?
Stand up, you little punk. I'll confiscate your drugs, you schmuck, you.
That will be fine.
Good-looking little intern you have here. Stand up and turn around. Let's have a look, you.
Drunk.
Let me just say this, Mr. Moore.
Yeah.
It's good to see that Vernon Jordan is actually more than Clinton's photo-op Negro, be Jesus.
That will be fine.
Hopefully he'll fare better than Ron Brown, I tell you that.
Oh, come on here.
No justice, no peace, I tell you that, Mr. Moore. The daily number.
What's the daily number?
Between Bill Clinton, Dick Morris, Marv Albert, and Frank Gifford, Mr. Moore.
Yeah.
Does anyone just stay the hell in a room anymore and wax their own shillelaghs? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make you sick. Maybe Joycelyn Elders was wiser than we thought. Teach a little self-pleasure in school.
Yes.
And a reprobate could matriculate to learn to masturbate, be Jesus.
That will be fine.
Feel like Walter Fraser, the silly pimp, whatever you call him. Caught a little too much blue nun last night, I tell you that, Mr. Moore.
Sounds like.
The win for number.
What's the win for number?
Let me just say this to that college girl, Monica Lewinsky, Mr. Moore.
Where are the numbers? Yeah.
Shame on her for letting that old sleazebag in the White House put his thing on her lips.
Yeah.
That's not what it meant to be the head intern down there, BGs, I tell you that.
That's fine.
That was her major in college, oral interpretation.
That'll do.
Pudgy little slut.
Come on
God
here.
forgive me.
Cardinal O'Connor.
Maybe she wanted to work for the Lippo group, if you know what I mean, Mr. Moore. The whole team leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I tell you that, you sleazy bag of worms, you.
Well.
Shut up. Well, Mr. Moore. This time of national crisis,
Yeah.
say it'd be a good time for a prayer.
Oh, good. I like your prayer. Absolutely right.
Instead of the Our Father,
Yeah.
we'll say Our President.
Our president. Okay.
Our President, who art in Washington.
Yeah.
Dirtbag be thy name.
Yeah.
Thy be so dumb, just so thy can come. On earth, like every day is heaven. Give you this day your daily head.
Come
And
on.
forgive us our fat asses as we forgive you, whose fat ass repulsed us.
That's fine.
Lead us not into... Take 2, Mr. Morris. Lead us not through more taxation.
Yeah.
And deliver us from weaseldom. Amen. Hail to the chief, be Jesus. The Big Ten numbers is as follows.
What are the Big Ten numbers? We've had no numbers so
William
far.
Jefferson Clinton, indeed, Mr. Morris.
Right.
In retrospect, maybe his mammy should have named him William Woodrow Clinton, if you know what I mean, be Jesus. The irony is that a Bush will finally defeat the fat pig after all, Mr. Morris. Which doesn't belong and why?
Which doesn't belong and why?
Which doesn't belong and why?
Of course it doesn't.
Dirtbag, you.
Which doesn't belong and
Which
why?
doesn't belong and why?
All right.
A, Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky.
C, John Dean.
B, John Dean.
C, Sammy the Bull Carvano. Which doesn't belong and why?
Well, I would say John Dean. Okay, I would say Monica Lewinsky. Obviously.
Wrong, you floppy-skinned fat mouth, you be Jesus. Well, all 3 of these lowlifes validated the old maxim. Loose lips, 6 ships. Somebody put me lips back together, I tell you. The answer is B. John Dean doesn't belong because unlike the other 2, John Dean's boss never had people in his own organization killed. I tell you that, I'm smart. Investigate Ron Brown's death.
John Cardinal.
Why the media brownouts? No justice, no peace. I tell you that, I'm
John
smart.
Cardinal O'Connor here on the 5 minutes of the morning sport coming to 10 minutes till the hour.
Forgive you, but I won't. Yes, Jesus loves you, but I don't. They don't have to live with you, neither do I. You say that you're born again, well, so am I. God may forgive you, but I won't even try. Imus in the morning.
So where we... And now, Imus in the Morning 2020 Sports. with Mark Breen.
Mills on the left wing. Bounce pass left side of the lane. Dudley back to the basket. Cross the lane. Jump hook with the right hand is good.
Yeah, Dudley shaking and baking in slow motion. 6 feet away to left side.
Knicks beat the Celtics again. Good morning, Mike Breen with Sports. Gus Johnson, Clyde Frazier, the call.
You thought that was good with Joey and Bo?
I don't think it was good. I thought it was great.
Very insightful. Well thought out reviews.
That's got to become a regular feature.
Yeah, give it 3 pots.
4 pots for pots.
Maybe not 3 movies. Maybe 1 movie a week.
Maybe 1 movie would be good.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, perfect. Excellent.
Knicks beaten the Celtics 21 in a row. Did it again at the Garden yesterday. What an afternoon on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Packed house, another sellout. Celebrities galore. Among those sitting courtside, longtime Knick fans Spike Lee, Woody Allen, and Bernard McGurk, the longtime producer for the Imus in the Morning program, who had the best seats in the house, courtside at center court. Got a chance to chit-chat with MSG boss Dave Checketts, and even visited the Knick locker room after the game.
Now, live from San Diego, California, Mike Francesa. Good morning, Mr. Francesa.
Hello, Don. How are you?
Are you hearing this about Bernard at the Knick game?
Oh, please.
I felt like a Jew in Baghdad.
I just finished watching that on MSNBC, Don. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
Those movie reviews are great.
Oh, yeah, they're terrific.
Mom's man in the street interviews. That's what they are.
Meanwhile, a great night at the L.A. Forum where the Lakers nipped the Magic, game marking a milestone for broadcaster Chick Hearn, his 3,000th consecutive game without a miss. That's spanning 32 years, an incredible feat. And before the game, Hearn raised some eyebrows when he talked about the key components to his longevity.
It took a lot of stamina. It took a lot of working while you didn't feel well. It took a lot of dedication, and it took a lot of prodding from the most wonderful woman I've ever known,
Pamela Lee Anderson.
I mean it sincerely. I'm totally happy with what's happened, and I hope that stands for a long time.
Pamela Lee had been a season ticket holder for years.
Wait a minute.
But no one knew about it.
No.
The great Chick Hearn until yesterday. No wonder he looked so young.
Jesus, God, you idiot.
Jeez. Finally in tennis, the Australian Open. Big match tonight. Second round, Venus Williams versus Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Yes, the sisters. Venus
man.
17, Serena 16.
How great is this?
Last time they faced each other was 8 years ago in a junior event. Venus whooped her in straight sets. But according to Mom Williams, Serena is now a lot meaner than Venus and could be ready to defeat her older sister.
Oh, man.
She will cut her.
It's a quarter till the hour. Mike Francesa is out in San Diego, California. They are
Food, throwing the food out of your mouth. It looks like 2 old bastards in St. Petersburg waiting for a bus.
You're much better.
That's what it looks like.
And you're much better off to listen on the radio, Mike. Well, are we going to talk to Mike tomorrow, Bernie?
I don't know if we need Chumbawamba with an attitude over here. Dissing the Iron Man.
I don't think we want to be dissing Francesa, do we, Chrome Dome?
Why not? Scrotum face.
So the 12-point spread or whatever it is you think is... So I asked Mrs. Imus if there's a vacuum cleaner in the house. She said, yes, we have one upstairs and we have one downstairs.
All right.
Can you turn it on for me? And do you know what she said? I don't know how to turn it on. Is that unbelievable?
Yes, it is.
And she thought it was funny.
What's wrong in her DNA? Oh, it is funny. You are a totally emasculated
Boy,
person.
you really are. I mean, my wife, she's an actor, so, I understand that.
Yeah. Oh, we know that.
Well, come on. Shut up, both of you bastards.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
You should be the last one to talk about being domestic because you don't know how to use anything.
Guess who's become a sponsor?
Who?
Separate hot dog weenies.
You're kidding me.
No.
Well, I don't eat them.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
If you won't eat a Sabret hot dog weenie...
Shut up. Oh, goodness, you're an idiot.
Why?
Will I eat another kind of hot dog?
Don't help him. Deidre.
Yes?
If you won't eat a Sabret weenie, what kind of weenie will you? Cocktail, Frank?
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
That is all.
The semantics and what I like about you.
What I don't like about you, they're full of spite. Open up sacred dollars right in the dead of the night. Yeah. Been fighting fighting with them for 2,000 years. There's no peace to which they were there here, and that's true. That's what I hate about Jews.
What we hate about you? You're so unjust. Full of greed, won't concede. God gave this land to us. Yeah. We're sick and tired of being called cheap, but at least we don't have sex with the sheep just like you. That's what we hate about you. That's what we hate about you. That's what we hate about you.
What I hate about Jews, they've got such nerve. We did war, cause I'm sure they get more than they deserve. Yeah.
All your camel jockeys, well, you can go screw. You're just jealous God didn't choose you, and that's true. That's what we hate about you. Netanyahu, Arafat and Netanyahu, Arafat and Netanyahu, Arafat and Netanyahu. Hey!
It's 28 minutes till the hour, and I am imus229. I had to get a hold of Stewart out there at the man's hat shop.
Probably could have been. Well, we know it could have been settled. Certainly
23 till the hour.
We're
We're talking with Mary Madeline and James Carville. All Fair Love, War and Runner for President, published by Random House in Savannah, Massachusetts. It's about 500 pages, and it's only $23.
Yep.
The last time we were here, you had us in a cage like two little spewing ferrets, and you were poking us with a stick. And we got in a big fight on the air, and we fought for the rest of the day and said, that's it, we are not going to...
I'm not going to take
I
sides
know
here.
what we're going to do, and when this whole thing goes El Busto, and in a few years, we're gonna be on a street corner, and you're going to see it and say, we will bicker for food.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
This picture in Esquire with Deidre hanging, hugging onto your thigh. It's
Well-
the most sensuous picture I've ever seen.
Not a great picture. Now,
Yes. And this kielbasa in your pants.
Come on. Hey, that's what it is, too.
Imus in the Morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Way Patrol.
17 till the hour here on the imus229 program. You know what really is disgraceful? Is here we have Bernard McGurk, executive producer, imus229 program, running his mouth for 5 years about knuckle-dragging criminals.
Yep.
The New York Knickerbockers. And somehow then winds up taking little Brendan, his kid, to a Knicks game, sitting down there. Was he sitting next to Spike Lee?
About 4 or 5 seats away. Center court, courtside, right next to our broadcast booth.
That's right. So what?
Go, New York, go, New York, go.
No. I mean, that's just so...
If I visit somebody in a cancer ward, doesn't mean I'm pro-cancer.
Oh, that's lame. That's a pretty lame
so
analogy
weak.
here. I mean, that's a very weak analogy. But don't ever accuse me of flip-flopping on anything
I took
again.
my son to a basketball game.
Did you take him in the locker
It's
room?
the only game in town.
Yes or no?
I went in there for a couple of minutes.
What for?
Just to look around and see how the idiots...
Did you introduce him?
I infiltrated the enemy.
Did you introduce him to any players? Were you with him?
Sure, I was
Okay.
there.
And did he meet any players?
Of course he did.
Who did he meet?
Met Chris Dudley.
And what
Chris
did he-
Dudley, the only one I met
Mr. Dudley.
because Chris called into the program a few years ago, and that's it.
And because he's white.
No, not at all.
Okay.
He didn't get a chance to meet his good buddy John Starks, who you met at that restaurant that time, and kissed up
You know
to him,
what?
too.
You know what I find outrageous, and I'm serious about this, is why these black players, why these African-American players, are forced by Massa Whitey to play basketball on Martin Luther King's birthday, and I'm serious. I think it's outrageous. I absolutely refuse to work. That's why we weren't here yesterday.
Now you sound like an idiot.
I do?
Now you sound like you're patronizing, going out of your way to patronize the brothers and the sisters, yo.
I'm not going going out of my way to do anything.
How do you know they're
I'm
forced?
not like Bob Grant showing up at the core dinner. No. I mean, everybody knows where I'm coming from.
How do you know they're forced?
Why don't you set yourself
How
on
do you
fire?
know that it's not something they have elected to do?
Have any of the players ever expressed any sentiments about it to you, Mike?
They've actually expressed that they enjoy playing to show honor to Dr. King. That's what I'm saying.
No, well, never mind then. Idiot. You really are. You're the biggest phony. Don't you ever accuse me
How
of
do
being
you
a phony.
figure?
Oh, Bob, because I know what a phony...
I took my kid to a basketball. help it if the...
Take him to a Nets game.
There you go. That's a cesspool, and plus it's in New Jersey. The Garden's a great place.
And now, Imus in the Morning 2020 Sports. Here's Mark Breen.
Free throw short. Missed him up.
Tipped in by Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant tipped it in. Kobe got it over Shea. Unbelievable.
The Laker legend reaches a milestone. Good morning, Mike Breen with sports. The Lakers beating the Magic at the Forum last night. Secondary story. Secondary to the 3,000th career consecutive broadcast of the great Chick Hearn, who has not missed a Laker game since 1965.
You know, even I know this, and I'm not a basketball fan. Chick Hearn was the first guy to start identifying how far away the players were from the basket when they were shooting. 15 feet, top of the key, or whatever it was, or 17. And somehow he knew, all of these various distances and so on. But great broadcaster, and I understand a very nice man as well. So.
That's right. Hearn was asked how his voice has stayed so strong through all these years. There you have it. Chick Hearn, the Magic, after 32 years.
I didn't know Warner was here.
Thanks, Soupy. But not everyone happy last night. Ooh! After the loss, here's Orlando coach Chuck Daly.
Guys that play hard will play. Guys that don't play hard won't play. I don't care if we get beat by 50.
Boy, Chuck's sure glad he's back in coaching after being out.
No.
He's done after this year. Another great story in the NBA occurred Sunday in Boston, where the Celtics retired Robert Parrish's jersey. The halftime ceremony, however, was marred by team president Red Auerbach, whose speech started off well enough.
Robert Parrish not only came to play, he came to win.
But Red just kept going on and on for 17 and a half minutes.
No, he didn't.
Until it became uncomfortable at the end.
I know that he'll be a winner his whole life, and I want to join with all of you in wishing him the very best for what he does in the future. Thank you very much.
And because Auerbach went so long, Parrish unable to address the crowd, and that was unfortunate.
Sounds like the Iron stand-up back in the 70s.
Just a minute. I have a point I want to make. I haven't done swear with Flair yet.
Where you going, everyone?
Super Bowl.
Get some hamburgers to go.
Say hallelujah.
Say hi to Larry Merchant.
All right, here now, comment and observation on headline issues of the day. I'm Mr. Washington's senior political analyst, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Indeed. Thank you.
And before this program is over, the Cardinals coming up. I'm in a silly hour here, the Imus Morning program. Before this program is over, the Cardinals coming up.
This is business. Do more business. Limited time offer. Certain restrictions apply.
Now over from the Archdiocese in New York with the lotto numbers, John Cardinal O'Connor. Good morning.
Hang out of me way, fuck you.
Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning, God bless. How's Panty wasting the morning making out today? I'm Mr. Marr.
I'm fine, Cardinal O'Connor.
Between hype and dreadful Fleetwood Mac songs and Toni Morrison books, defending the presidential pervert and French kissing the asses of CBS executives, it's clearly not the I-man of old.
Well,
the tough-talking, two-fisted, fat-mouthed rummy we all despise, be Jesus. You've changed, Mr. Marr.
Well,
changed more than Michael Jackson's nose. Like Jackson's nose, hopefully you'll disappear soon. You wrinkled up old bag lady, you be Jesus.
Well, that'll be fine.
The winning numbers in the New York State Lottery is as follows.
Good, what are they?
McCord, you shut your mouth unless you're being addressed, be Jesus.
What are the numbers?
You boot-licking, goose-stepping freak, you. Let me ask you this, McCord.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Day coming up.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Amistad yet?
No, I haven't,
Of
Cardinal.
course not. What a shock. Remember McCord saw Schindler's List? He thought it was too long. Not the movie, the list, be Jesus. Fuck these Nazi schmuck you.
Where are the numbers?
The daily number.
Okay, what is the daily number?
Hello, Mr. Marr.
Yeah.
They've sold out. David Brinkley,
Right.
Bob Dole, former Governor Zan Richards and Mario Cuomo,
Yeah.
all paid to hawk products shamelessly.
Yeah.
Now it's gay Congressman Barney Frank
Right.
endorsing the patch.
Really?
He says it works for him.
Yeah.
Says he's down to 2 butts a day. Filthy behavior.
Come on.
They went for a number.
Well, we have no numbers so far.
Big trouble over at Central Park West, we understand, Mr. Marr.
Well,
I
what?
understand the I-man has trouble turning on his vacuum cleaner. Well, rumors have it that the vacuum cleaner's not all you have trouble turning on at home. You dusty old dirtbag, you be Jesus. Maybe if the I-Man spent less time shoving his nose up the Zen Master's tush all day long, he'd have more energy when he gets home.
We don't need to go. We don't need to
Jesus.
get into that.
What I have in me holy hands, Mr. Mars.
Put that away.
Something I found.
What?
The bathroom floor.
What?
Something fell out of McCord's pocket.
Yeah?
Little poetic prayer McCord put together this morning.
Oh, okay. There we go.
We'll call it McCord's prayer.
All right.
Okay. Goes like this.
Jeez. My God.
Lord, give him the strength to carry on. This miserable old meal ticket I refer to as Don.
Yeah.
Imus calls me at night and says, "Hey, bro." Me stomach tightens up. The wife says, "Oh, no." He wonders, John Glenn to the moon, what'll that gain us? I say, at least unlike me, he's not going to Uranus. Imus is one of God's creatures, a human being.
Yeah.
Yet I really want him to kiss a tree while skiing.
Come on here.
But I have 3 homes, a Rolls Royce. I'm moving on up. He's alive, I rejoice. And I pucker up to Jesus. Shame on you, McCord, you jackbooted jackass, you smack you.
Fine.
The pick 10 numbers is as follows.
We've got no numbers so far, you realize.
Screw the pick 10 numbers with you. Which does them belong and why?
Oh, I love this part. Which does them belong
Which
and
does them
why?
belong and why?
All right.
A, NBC's Dick Ebersol.
All right.
B, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
C, David Brinkley. Which does them belong and why?
I would say Bill Clinton. Yeah.
Wrong, you pigeon-chested heathen, you be Jesus. But all 3 of these hooligans in suits are this week's biggest losers. One lost football. One keeps losing his trousers. The other lost his mind.
Yeah.
The answer is C. David Brinkley doesn't belong because unlike the other 2, nobody ever calls Brinkley Dick. Be Jesus. On ahead. Who's this bluesy sitting in here?
Copyright 1998, CBS Radio, all rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN, Westwood One Entertainment, and the Devil.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule, an indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled the station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume tomorrow morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. This is John Minko.
Pope kind of glows.
Yeah, he does. Has this,
He's a sweet old guy. Isn't he? I love him.
Absolutely.
I love the Pope.
Let's book him, Bernie. Thank God he got out of Newark alive. Homie to clowned it and hijacked the Pope mobile.
I noticed he opted not to kiss the ground at Newark. Pretty good idea.
I'm taking his, move over, I'm taking his Pope mobile.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
You know, that's what I need is something like the Pope mobile to ride around.
You know, you should have it. The iMobile.
You
certainly should.
Oh, God. drive through Monument Valley in the Pope mobile.
Standing up there holding on to the thing with
Absolutely waving at the Navajos.
bubble over your head.
Yeah.
Peeing at the side of the road.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Do you realize that no other
Highway Patrol.
Now, people, Imus in the Morning 2020 Sports with Mark Breen.
Googly out of the screen, tapped the key, step bouncing down the lane, caught by Gooch, and a jam! A left-handed tomahawk! He rode the magic carpet in there and slammed it down! A jackhammer!
Minnesota wins again. Good morning, Mike Breen with Sports. Our good buddy Kevin Harlan to call. K-Fan in Minneapolis. T-Wolves beat the visiting Clippers to extend their winning streak to 6 games. But the number 1 streak in the NBA right now belongs to a broadcaster. 3,000 consecutive games without a miss. Chick Hearn, the legendary Laker broadcaster, reaching that milestone last night at the Forum. Lakers beat the Magic 92-89. Hearn raised some eyebrows before the game when he was asked the secrets to his longevity.
It took a lot of stamina. It took a lot of working while you didn't feel well. It took a lot of drugs, and it took a lot of prodding from the most wonderful woman I've ever known, Marge, my wife.
Now, Hearn wouldn't elaborate on the drug reference, but said that part of his life is over, and he'd rather not get into it. Apparently, it happened late in the 80s during Showtime and the whole thing with
That's just great. I hope you're really proud of yourself.
Hearn getting caught up in the whole thing.
That's great. That's just great.
Another great NBA story over the weekend. Boston Celtics retiring Robert Parrish's number. Happened Sunday at the Fleet Center. They raised 0-0 to the rafters. Parrish had Larry Bird and Kevin McHale standing right next to him.
Makes me very, very proud that I had a hand in helping them getting their number, just like they had a hand in having my number raised. So
very proud to, when I look up, not only see those numbers, but all the other Celtics greats numbers that are hanging from the rafters. So it's very proud. I'm very proud about that.
Get the feeling he's proud.
I hear you humming.
But Bishop says he's not proud of the current Celtics, who haven't made the playoffs in recent years. Powers says this group doesn't have the toughness to win.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody wants to step forward, you know. Little bold.
Yeah.
Little
Come on here. God, that's
baby bold.
Yeah, just idiotic. Congratulations, Chief.
Well, Larry Bird and his team won at the Boston Garden. Well, whatever, the Fleet Center, now they call it, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Not the Boston Garden. Yeah.
Key Super Bowl fact, Broncos are the home team, so they get to choose what uniform to wear. They've picked blue. They're 9-0 this season wearing blue. Packers, therefore, have to wear white. Green Bay just 5-2 in the white jerseys.
Whoa, darn.
They'll think this will not have an effect on the big game.
Man.
And the Raiders apparently have decided on a new coach. It's John Gruden, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, who Davis tried to hire last time.
Sure.
Instead picked Joe Bugle. Of course, that worked out quite well for Mr. Bugle. One season, and he was done.
10 minutes till the hour here at the imus229 morning program. And now, O.J. Simpson. Good morning, O.J.
Amos,
Yeah.
this is O.J. taking time out for my never-ending quest to find the real killers to talk to my main man.
Yeah.
But Howard Stern won't take my call, so I'm talking to you. You see Ving Rhames give away his Golden Globe Award to Jack Lemmon?
Yeah, I did.
What's the brother thinking about?
I don't know.
Like there's so many black folk getting out about a foreign press. This bald-headed crybaby giving this trophy some old white dude who ain't been funny since the Odd Couple. That'd be like me giving my Heisman trophy to Fred Goldman. If he hadn't already taken it himself.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Hillary said? She and the president did after the deposition? Cleaned out their closets? What do you think they did with all them skeletons they got in there? Seems to me the president shouldn't waste 6 hours of his precious time giving testimony for something he didn't do. He'd be better off spending that time looking for the real flashes.
Yeah.
But if he did expose himself to her in that hotel room, it would have to be because he loved her, right?
Yes, O.J.
Say, Amos, what did you do for Martin Luther King Day?
I watched basketball.
See, I thought I should spend a time in quiet reflection and meditation.
Yeah.
So I played golf. It was a very moving experience for me, Amos.
Yeah.
There's a par 4 I've been trying to birdie since I got out of jail.
Yeah.
And yesterday, 3 at last, 3 at last. Good God Almighty.
The FA in New York, it's number 1. All right, let's talk about it now. And I think in the spirit of candor and veracity here, that means honest.
I think I'm figuring it out. Dog went to school with Denise Austin.
Yeah.
Good line, Mike. She graduated.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
At my house, we don't eat meat of any kind.
Does she know about the bread hot dogs that you have here? 2, 3 at a time.
Shut up. I don't have any hot dogs.
Bacon and egg sandwich.
I don't have any bacon and egg sandwich.
Come on.
What's the matter with you?
Chasing little farm animals around the office. Yeah, but that ain't for food.
Got two, Charlie.
I'll tell you what, I can make a chicken laugh.
That's right.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Electrify your
BMW.
I called the FAO. I wanted it back. Getting back to the movie. It has the same old ending. Skinny James Bond in the raft.
Got to go.
In the raft with
Over.
in the raft with the good girl being rescued.
The greatest education.
Between Fifth Table and Dick Morris, Mark Albert, and Frank
Frank Gifford, Mr. Martin.
Yeah?
Does anyone just stay the hell in a room anymore and wax their own shillelaghs? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make you sick. Maybe Joycelyn Elders was wiser than we thought.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
One piece of advice for the Pope down in Cuba.
Yeah.
Watch your wallet, Jesus. You know what they call 4 Cubans in quicksand, Mr. Martin?
No, Cardinal O'Connor.
4 Cinco, Jesus.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Well, the news about Green. Where was Gilbert Brown?
He couldn't breathe in the second half.
Eating a sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, he was shot in the second half.
Come on.
He was sucking wind there. He was over. 400 pounds. I mean, it was over. In fact, they put up a graphic showing how many tackles he makes normally in the first half, and then how many in the second half. And he has like, say, 20 in the first half of these games, and then 5 or 6 in this. So it was not well.
He was out.
You can't weigh 400 pounds and play for 60 minutes.
That's true.
Obviously.
No,
So.
there you go.
Anyway.
Now, Terrell Davis should split his MVP award with the offensive line.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. Any money he makes on the tour.
We do have to
wrap it up.
Somehow get through the sports. I mean, but we just can't take a half an hour with sports.
Making a point. I was just making a point.
I understand what he's doing. I'm just saying we can't take a half an hour with sports. We can take 5 or 6 minutes.
It was a good point.
For Imus in the morning?
No, we have other... Finish the sports, but don't we have other games or something? We have basketball. The Bulls lost at home.
Bulls lost.
Okay.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Jordan had 1 point more than the Broncos. 32 points for Jordan, 31 for the Broncos. Who figured there'd only be a 1 point difference between the Denver Broncos and Michael Jordan? Who cares?
I don't know anybody. I just don't.
It's an interesting observation,
I am
man.
begging you, Warner.
How about this?
Wait a minute.
I get in with this. Now, this was a great Super Bowl.
All right.
This was a great Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this really doesn't apply. But to all the other Super Bowls, there were 2 things wrong. One, they take that week off. The guys aren't sharp.
Here we go.
They lose their rhythm.
Yeah.
But the second thing is
Number 2.
$48,000 to each winning player.
Right.
$30,000 to each losing player.
Should be winner take all.
That's it.
Yeah. There you go.
$78,000. Winner
point,
take all, whether you can see or not.
Yeah.
That's it.
I guess the players want to get something for playing, but
Yeah.
Wow.
Winner take all.
like in a golf tournament or tennis, the second place person does get some money.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's not going to work, Warner.
No, it's not.
You know, speaking of golf.
It is 12 minutes till the hour now.
Jump a bill. Bye-bye, fly.
I unzip my fly. I unzip my fly. Monica Lewinsky dropped the big one on me. Hot nights in the Oval Orifice. How things have changed now. I'm the one who's on his knees. I only had 2 years mo. Say the way it was supposed to go. Lord of mercy. I unzip my fly. What you want? Didn't think it was immoral if I kept things strictly oral. I unzip my fly. What you want? What you want? She reached into my jockeys, played some big league tonsil hockey. I told her to keep it quiet, but then she blabbed it to her friend. Guess it's too late now to say I'll never do it again. Word! Linda Tripp tapes conversations, the entire blow-by-blow. Another government probe. Sometimes I feel like Joe. I'm just gonna lie. Just deny the entire matter. Say she's madder than a hatter. I'm just gonna lie. Like I really like the sky. If I come clean and tell the truth, I'd be like my own John Wilkes Booth. I'm just gonna lie. What you want? What you want? I'm just gonna lie. What you want? What you want? Jesus, oh my God, why have you forsaken me? This is my crucifixion. 'Cause Kenneth's stories giving her immunity. Truth is stranger than fiction. I'm ending up like Richard Nixon. Lord of mercy. I'm just gonna lie. Like I really like the sky up so high. Professors will be teaching my unfortunate impeaching. I'm just
have to answer very difficult questions about alleged affairs, and perhaps even, according to some of the papers this morning, that they may be able to get into the distinguishing characteristic.
Oh, fine. The whole thing is just so embarrassing and disgraceful, and
These men have got to learn.
these men have got to learn.
The days of Bill Clinton and Bob Packwood are over.
Thank you, Bernard.
It's a new order in this country.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Talking with Bob Schieffer from Face the Nation. Who's on Face the Nation this Sunday, by the way?
The story that I'm excited about this week is this John Glenn thing.
Senator Glenn will be 77 years old, and he will be in orbit. And I was watching John Gibson on MSNBC last night, and a guy called in or emailed in, and he said he has this image of Senator Glenn at 77 orbiting the Earth at 10 miles an hour with his left turn blinker on.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
The folks at TWA know the one.
Here now on the Imus in the Morning program, another excerpt from the Bill Clinton Diaries.
Dear Diary, well, I think I may almost be out of the woods. Monica's deposition's been postponed indefinitely. We've gotten some indication she's not going to go back on her original testimony, and Vernon Jordan gave a powerful, unequivocal denial. And anybody who challenged a black man who's been shot in the head is just a damn racist. I'm happy to say I've reconciled my conscience about it all, Diary. I'm comfortable in the knowledge that just because I'm president, it don't mean I stop being a man. And I have needs just like regular fellas. Of course, regular fellas don't have sex with women 30 years younger than them. Unless, of course, they're rich, handsome, and powerful, or from the South. Guess I'm covered either way. But, you know, down in Arkansas, that kind of thing is commonplace. Given my background, I could have easily done it with a farm animal. Hell, I could have done it with kinfolk, for that matter. In fact, back home, that's what they mean by relations. But I tell you who is going to lose out on this deal? Ken Starr. Because after spending 60-some-odd million bucks of the taxpayers' money, and he still don't come up with anything, he'll be the one giving the goodbye wave at the helicopter, not me. And between Whitewater, Paula, and this Monica deal, I will have effectively killed 3 birds with 1 bone. There was an awful lot of talk about the I word, and although I must admit I was a bit nervous, I knew in the back of my mind that I had a safety net, something that insured me against impeachment. 3 little words that protected me better than a Trojan. President Al Gore. I knew that stiff would come in handy here one of these days. But to be honest with you, Diary, that's not the I word I'm most afraid of anyway. The one that I will always fear, and that will never go away. Well, he's sitting in a basement in front of a microphone with the ear of millions. Boy, that's ironic, ain't it? How 2 rich, powerful, and handsome men can have relations with a woman many years their junior. One faces public outcry, while the other, just because he happens to be married to her, ends up one of the most powerful people on the planet. God, I hate that bastard. Love, Bubba.
Hello, darling.
Imus in the morning.
All right. You've been thinking about a career.
Close the door to temptation. Don't let me walk through. Turn away from me, darling. I'm begging you to. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. Imus in the morning.
How would you...
Yeah, you're not kidding. Well, I'm blowing on my harmonica, trying to relieve a little stress. Cause it blows almost like Monica, and that alleged stain she's got on that cocktail dress. That I'd be crying and still denying everything I've been accused. Cause although I am admitting that Lewinsky girl was smitten, and she purred just like a kitten, while on her face I was a-sitting, there ain't no way I'm gonna be quitting. I got them in flagrante with the intern blues. They say it ain't becoming for a president to be a pedophile. But when she's 21 and humming, a president can lose his sense of self-denial. But it ain't adultery if she she's sultry and your poultry's all she chews. So long as it's only transitory and you both stick to your story, everything is hunky-dory, 'cause it just ain't statutory. Still, I got them in flagrante with the intern blues. I beseech you, feel my pain. In my misery, do not wallow. Though my denial may seem lame and a little tough to swallow. Now, there may be some subpoenas to find out just what them Secret Service saw. And if an it should be my penis, ain't no big deal, 'cause so did half of Arkansas. But what went down when she went down in our few White House rendezvous? It just don't qualify as cheating. If you think you'll be impeaching, defeating, or unseating me, then y'all can just be eating me too.
Just as is blind, Arkansas white boy Big Beaks. Bubba Clinton. It is 23 after the hour. Andrew Mitchell normally covers the State Department, right, Bernard?
Exactly.
Is with the First Lady, right?
Yes, she is.
So we'll talk to her coming up.
Okay.
And then Bob Schieffer, Senator John McCain, Jim Miklashevsky, Claire Shipman. Fabulous. And we'll carry the First Lady's interview on the Today Show live, all coming up on this Imus in the Morning program. Here's OB now.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away. You know you done me wrong, baby. And you'll be sorry someday.
Well, it's day 7 of one of the biggest scandals in Washington history, if you want the full story.
2020 Sports with another man who's been thrown out of our nation's capital on his ass, Warner Wolf.
Warner is here. Good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, my man. NBA last night, the Knicks, after beating the Celtics 21 straight times, finally lost to Boston 94-85. Boston's Chauncey Billups high in the game with 25. After the game, Celtics coach Rick Pitino.
Yes, I think it is significant because Boston people aren't overly fond of New York teams, so they don't like that type of streak.
The streak is over. Knicks are 9-6 without Patrick Ewing. In the feature game of the night, Toronto beat Philadelphia 91-87. It was only Toronto's 9th win of the year. Golden State and Dallas have won only 7 and Denver 3. Change the rule. If you can't win 10 games by February 1st, your season is over. That's it. Get out of the league. You're messing up the rest of the league. I mean, 10 games?
We can't have that.
Come on,
No.
get them out of here.
Yeah,
National Hockey League last night. The Rangers and Caps, a 2-2 overtime tie. It was the Rangers' 14th tie. Change the rule.
Shut up.
Who wants to see a tie?
Yeah.
If the game is tied after 3 periods and an overtime, shootout.
Shoot them.
Shoot them, yeah. Each team has 5 penalty shots on goal. That's it. And the Flyers beat the Islanders 3-1. The Islanders have won only 1 of their last 16 and had only 11 shots on goal. Here's Islander coach Rick Bowness.
If you're going to be successful, your plugger's got to plug, your checkers check, the hitters hit, the defense moves the puck, play takes care of our zone, and the scorers score. And 1 goal is just not nearly good enough.
That's right. 1 goal's not good enough. Unless you shut out the other team. And here it is. Even Packer coach Mike Holmgren said the Packers defense laid down on Terrell Davis's winning touchdown and purposely let him score. Holmgren said it was the only thing to do for Green Bay to get the ball back with ample time to score, but said he thought it was first down and not second down. I mean, where is he? If the Packers had stopped Davis, it would have been 3rd down. Come on, get out of here. 133 million people watched the game. The overall 13th highest rated Super Bowl in history. Australian Open quarterfinals, Venus Williams, who announced last week she was the best American female player around, lost to American Lindsay Davenport, 1-6, 7-5, 6-3. And finally, who's running for the governor of Minnesota? Former wrestler Jesse the Body Ventura.
All right.
That's right.
No truth to the rumor that Ventura will debate his first opponent in a steel cage. For Imus in the Morning Sports, this is Warner Wolf.
It is 10 minutes till the hour, and we now understand from the people at the Today Show that the interview with the First Lady will start at 5 minutes past the hour.
Okay.
So that's for you all around the country and all the various radio stations and stuff. So that would coincide with our coming back on the network, and y'all from those of you who take a local break at that point. And I'd like to thank the Today Show for allowing us to carry the audio portion of this, which obviously y'all listen to the radio is all we want.
Right.
And we've compensated for y'all watching MSNBC, and Charles has rendered a caricature of both Matt Lauer and the First Lady, which you can focus on when
appropriate.
when they are speaking. That's coming up. So, and though I would point out to the Today Show that there have been a number of occasions we've allowed them to simulcast what we were doing here. A couple times with Bob Dole, once a couple times with the president, a couple of.
I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. Imus in the morning.
Hey, it's me, the AOE Rico.
I've got a never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I'd have a never-ending love for you. Imus in the morning. Dum, 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 dum. Imus in the morning.
Imus in the Morning, 2020 Sports, with another man who's been thrown out of our nation's capital on his ass, Warner Wolf.
And Warner's going to do sports in just a second here, but shortly after that, Bo Dietl and Joey Pons will review this week's movies, I guess. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go, but anyway. First, Warner. Good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man. NBA last night, if you had the Denver Nuggets and 32 points, you lost. The Nets 120, Denver 87. The Nuggets dropped to 3 and 39. After the game, Nets' Jason Williams, who was earlier named to the All-Star game, was asked if he felt bad for the Nuggets.
Of course you're sympathetic for him. You want him to see him get better. You don't want to see a pro get out there and get his behind cut every night. And they're going to be a good team when everybody gets healthy.
No, they are healthy. That's it.
No, they're fine.
That's it. They're not holding anybody out.
They never
felt better. Somebody's not playing. That's the team. That's it. 3 and 39. One of the problems of the Nuggets, they said they were distracted by the Denver Super Bowl parade, thinking it was for them.
Go ahead.
Change the rule. That's all there is to it.
Get them out of here. Come on, you guys. Go ahead, Warner.
Change the rule. If you can't win 4 games by Groundhog Day, then your season is over. That's it. You're out of here. Go back in the hole. Don't come out. Talk about a tale of two cities. While 650,000 turned out to greet the world champion Denver Broncos, only a measly 35,000 showed up at Lambeau Field to thank the losing Packers. A backlash. There's no question about it. An obvious backlash for taking a dive. That's all there is to it.
This is not helpful having Bo and Joey in here. Just stop. Pots and pans, and now I'm canceling their appearance. So get them out of here. That's idiotic. Go ahead, Warner.
Now, one final thought about Packer coach Mike Holmgren telling his defense to lay down and take a dive. Can you imagine any coach in the world telling Ray Nitschke or Chuck Bednarik to lay down and not tackle a guy?
No.
They would stuff the coach.
Absolutely.
That's all there is to it. Al Davis, get a life.
What'd he do?
Davis, who moved his Raiders from Oakland to Los Angeles, then moved the team back from Los Angeles to Oakland, now wants to move the team again back from Oakland to Los Angeles.
No.
Yeah, come on, make up your mind.
I don't believe it.
Get him out of here. And finally, move over NCAA, putting big-name college teams on probation. Here it is. Berkeley High School in Berkeley, California, has to forfeit championships in 3 sports because it used ringers. Berkeley High used a 20-year-old former college player on the football team. A German exchange student played for the campus tennis team. They won a championship.
Well.
And a private school student, a ringer, played for the water polo team.
No.
That's right.
No, man.
In the understatement of the year, said the principal, it appears the system for checking student eligibility just broke down. Boy, that's taking the blame, isn't it? That's it. For Imus of the Morning Sports, this is Warner Wolf.
It's 9 minutes till the hour here at the Imus Morning Program.
I dig rock and roll music. I can do the twine and the jerk. I wear strictly continental suits and high collar shirts. I've got a reputation of being gentle but bold, and that's why they call me Imus in the morning.
When the envelope stuck on his head is John Cardinal O'Connor. Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning, Nicole, please.
What happened to your voice there?
Let me just say what most people were thinking during the State of the Union last night, hey, Mr. Lamar.
Yes?
Where's the beef, be Jesus? Yeah, that just schmuck you.
Where's the beef?
Has the I-Man heard anything about the president and Sonny Bono's widow?
No, we
It's a
haven't.
bloody disgrace the way he hit on her during the State of the Union last night, hey, Mr. Lamar.
Come on.
So I wonder he didn't just whip out the first member and start wiggling at her, be Jesus. Oh, he damn near did. The winning numbers in the New York State Lottery is as follows.
Good. What are they?
Let's get this, hey, Mr. Lamar.
More of the numbers.
Besides Frank Rich, how's New York's most famous Clinton apologist making out today? WUOFOB, wrinkle up old friend of Bill's, be Jesus. The hell are you trying to do? Get your flea-bitten bugle boy carcass buried in Arlington National Cemetery, be Jesus. God forbid you. Shame on you, I, Mr. Marr. The only difference between the I-Man and Monica Lewinsky, that Clinton doesn't owe Imus a dry cleaning bill, be Jesus, you butt-sniffing sleazebag, you.
I don't think butt-sniffing sleazebag.
The daily number.
What is the daily number?
Let me just say this, I, Mr. Marr.
What's the daily number?
What do you expect when you put white trash in the White House, be Jesus?
Well,
now we know what that great sucking sound was that Ross Perot kept hearing, be Jesus. Bill Clinton could be the first president to be literally blown out of office, be Jesus, if you know what I mean, you filthy skunk, you. The win-for number.
what are they?
Let's get this, Mr. Marr.
Well, no number.
What's up with poor Hillary going on TV with that bubblehead Matt Lauer to defend Bill?
You leave Matt alone.
Isn't that a little bit like Ronald Reagan speaking out on John Hinckley's behalf, be Jesus? Make you wonder. Bloody insane, be Jesus. The picture...
What?
Let's get this, Mr. Marr.
Yeah.
You see Jeff Greenfield on CNN, the Clinton News Network, Mr. Marr?
Yes?
Little out of place, isn't he? Talking to the likes of Bernard Shaw and Judy Woodruff, Dumb and Dumber, be Jesus, beneath him. Like Luciano Pavarotti, singing with the butthole surface or some damn thing. Some things you don't do for money, Mr. Marr?
I know. I had thought of that.
Which
yes.
doesn't belong and why?
Oh, I like this. My favorite part. Which doesn't belong and why?
belong and why?
All right.
Before we get to that, Mr. Marr.
Yeah, what happened to the numbers, by the way?
Glad to hear Senator Lieberman believes Bill Clinton. I have a great one in an old Volkswagen I'd like to sell him, be Jesus, I tell you that. Which doesn't belong and why?
Which doesn't belong and why?
A, the taxpayer.
Oh, the taxpayer.
B, Republicans.
B, Republicans.
C, Monica Lewinsky. Which doesn't belong and why?
I'd say Republicans. No, I'd say the taxpayer.
Probably the taxpayer.
On you two-legged seaman saying you be Jesus.
Now, come on here.
Well, for years, Clinton's been giving all three the shaft.
Yeah.
The answer is B, Republicans don't belong because unlike the other two, in the Republicans, leaves a bad taste in their mouth, be Jesus. I tell you that, just smack you.
What was the end?
What? The Republicans doesn't belong because unlike the other two, in the Republicans, it leaves a bad taste in their mouths. Getting the shaft, you schmuck, you. Go ahead. Where's your intern?
John Cardinal O'Connor.
Pull your dress down.
Here on the I'm Mr. Morning program, and something that makes no sense.
I got to straighten this out. I got to think about that a while.
Didn't make any sense, did it?
Let's go over it again, you schmuck, you.
Okay, go.
All right.
Which doesn't belong and why?
Which doesn't belong and why?
Bloody retard. A, the taxpayer.
A, the taxpayer.
B, Republicans.
B, Republicans.
C, Monica Lewinsky. Which doesn't belong and why?
I would say B, the Republicans.
Jesus, you start like it.
Monica Lewinsky.
All right, Monica Lewinsky.
Put you in any cemetery. Wrong, you two-legged seaman.
Okay.
Well, for years, Clinton's been giving all three the shaft.
Yeah.
The answer is B. Republicans don't belong because aren't the other two.
Yeah.
In the Republicans, it leaves a bad taste in their mouth, be Jesus.
I just don't get it, do you?
That's the problem. You don't get it, you fucking big Clinton apologist that you are.
Just say amen and forget it. Amen. Thank you very much, John Cardinal O'Connor.
Ask you this time, Mr. Martin.
No, you're not going to ask me anything.
You're going to see that Capon tonight.
Yes, I am, I think.
Remember poor Malcolm X's widow, Betty Shabazz, burned to death by her own grandson.
Mm.
Any truth to the rumor that Paul Simon plans to make a little musical out of that, hey, Mr. Martin?
I don't know.
You light up my life or some damn thing.
I don't know what he plans to do.
Dirtbag.
No, it's coming up on the top of the hour. And I am Imus in the morning. This is WFAN in New York.
Where were the numbers?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, the numbers, I don't know anything. It's time for the news. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, man.
In the headline stories, welcome to the Year of the Tiger. The Chinese New Year.
Good morning, you can't dial in.
That's exactly. Well, don't start blaming this on my brother, you
Yeah, I'm not the producer of the show.
Call in. It's the only thing you have to do all day, for crying out loud.
Yeah, started out being funny.
2 times a week, but Jesus Christ, Fred.
Bernard's sitting there eating mush and running down his chin.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see on TV in the morning. I mean, this makes me sick.
Yeah.
Probably humping that dog of yours or something.
I don't think we need to go there, do we?
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
The president had a little difficulty with hecklers during a campaign stop yesterday.
That's what they're going to be saying at his parole hearing in a couple of months.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Have you noticed, Sugar Bill? My fly, 23 till the hour now.
Every child needs someplace to go.
Funny sports. If you had Ross Perot and 9% of the vote, you lost. Here's Warner Wolf.
Good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man. NBA last night in overtime, the Bucks beat the Knicks 115-112. Glenn Robinson, 39 for the Bucks. Starks, 32 for the Knicks, including a club record 9 3-pointers. Here's WFAN's play-by-play man, Gus Johnson.
Here's Hill. Finds Terrell Brandon at the hash mark on the left wing. 9 seconds to go. Ray Allen straight away. 3. Got it! Holy mackerel!
The Bucks then outscored the Knicks 15-12 in the overtime to win it. The Bulls, down by 19 in the first quarter, came back, beat the Blazers 100-87. Jordan had 29 and Rodman had 20 rebounds. And in the feature game of the night, Denver lost to Toronto 84-80. The Nuggets, who have now lost 25 of the last 26, are now 3 wins, 40 losses. 3-40. Now, here's the key. If they can go 6-33 the rest of the way, they can match Philadelphia's all-time losing record of 9-73. Go Nuggets.
Do they even have one good player on the team?
Do they have one? Joe Wolf. No, they do. They have Bobby Jackson's a rookie.
Yeah.
Alfonso Ellis.
Yeah.
Pretty good player. That's but they're not very good. No. I say there's a reason they're 3-40. That's right.
All right, what else?
Move over, Broad Street bullies, monsters of the Midway. North Carolina Central has suspended 5 women basketball players the rest of the year for attacking a male fan after a loss to Bowie State. At the end of the game, the fan, Sean Wallace, accidentally stepped on the foot of a mother of one of the Carolina players. The players then attacked the fan, dislocated his shoulder. One of the female players attacked a police officer.
Good Lord.
There's no truth to the rumor that the suspended women players have been asked to try out for the Dallas Cowboys. Australian Open in the big one, Marcelo Rios of Chile beat Nicolas Escude of France in straight sets and now plays Peter Corder in the final. This is such a hot ticket that it's the first time in sports history that ticket holders are trying to sell their tickets to the scalpers. How important is Sunday's Pro Bowl game?
I don't know.
Both starting quarterbacks, John Elway and Brett Favre, have withdrawn, saying they have scheduled surgery. 41-year-old Warren Moon replaces Elway, and Falcons' Chris Chandler takes Favre's place. And finally, the Orioles
Already, the oldest team in baseball have signed 34-year-old, 13-year veteran shortstop Ozzie Guillen. Can Chico Carrasquel be far behind?
Probably not.
For Imus of the Morning Sports, this is Warner Wolf.
Bob Schieffer from CBS News, Sally Quinn from Washington Post, Jeff Greenfield from CNN, Steve Croft from 60 Minutes. All those folks, plus maybe somebody else, are coming up on this Imus in the Morning program. You know what I'm saying? It's a quarter after the hour. I'm so torqued off here. Yeah. All right.
There is a rose in Spanish Harlem. Imus in the morning.
Like OJ, too.
I understand that, but all I'm simply saying.
What don't you understand here? What you don't understand is the 90s. That's what you don't understand.
Abusing women.
That's what's happened.
I'm not supporting
for
this
personal
is ending.
gain.
What?
This is ending.
It's over.
What is over?
The Bob Packwoodism in our society is coming to a screeching halt. That's what
I mean.
This is the final chapter.
Absolutely. We're shutting it down.
What if he commits perjury during his deposition tomorrow? I mean, let's face it. If he had a lie detector test hooked up to him during that press conference with that answer, it probably would have exploded.
Well, since I was the governor, my life's been a living hell. Showed Paula Jones my waiter at the Excelsior Hotel, but well, she made my knees knock, baby. She made my knees knock. Was such a tease, I unzipped my fly. Pants around my ankles, I said, how about a kiss? Could be a good career move, babe. How about you move on this? But Paula, she just didn't do it, baby. I guess that I blew it. Now I gotta eat some humble pie. When I make my deposition, oh, what a tale I'll tell. Concoct some fabrication, babe, the kind I do so well. 'Cause when she makes her allegations, baby, about sexual relations, do what I do best, I'll tell a lie. But she says that she can prove it, about how she was harassed. Can pick my pecker out without a magnifying glass. Well, baby, her testimony about my hey-roni baloney, it could have poked her in the eye. Take you to school now. So don't go show your penis to a woman you don't know well. But if you ever do, you better hope she doesn't tell, unless you're sure the characteristics of your Excalibur dipstick ain't something she'll identify.
Well, it'll be tomorrow morning at around 10 o'clock Eastern Time on MSNBC, CNN. Maybe all the networks. Will you be watching, Fred?
No, I don't think so. You know, I mean, I might. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, you know.
Motorcade from the White House.
Well, I may watch that, you know, just out of curiosity, but I'm not too caught up in it, you know.
They'll have her going in with her entourage.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll have him. He'll be... I predict that the motorcade will shape up like the O.J. Bronco chase. And he'll be scrunched down in the back seat, you know, with Erskine Bowles on the phone, you know. People lining up there along Pennsylvania Avenue, run, Bubba, run.
You know, you may be right. Holding up signs and stuff. They'll be holding up signs.
Oh man, what a humiliating.
You know, that I wouldn't be surprised. There will be some signs along the motorcade route.
Yeah, but you know what this does say, and is that I don't care who you are. If you're a guy like me or you're the president, you've got to take responsibilities for your actions.
That's right.
And that just says a lot.
Well, yes, but I mean, see, here's the thing I keep going back to.
What do you keep going back to, I-Man?
That it was 3 years after the incident before she decided to say anything.
Yeah, I know it's a phony baloney deal.
Yeah,
it's a phony baloney deal.
It's another he said, she said situation.
It's an absurd deal, but I mean...
this whole thing could have waited.
Go back to bed.
He'll be out of office in 2 or 3 years, and we just could have... I don't know. I don't know. I still don't believe... I mean, I believe something happened in the hotel room.
Short of whipping it out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but I don't believe that.
Should have elected Dole then if we didn't want this to happen.
Yeah, Bertie makes a good point for once.
Well, I bet I'm...
You know, if people weren't willing to accept that he may have done something, then they should have voted for Dole.
I understand all of that, but
She's still got a 62% approval rating
I
right
am
now.
talking about what I believe.
Who cares?
Who cares? I mean, find somebody that cares.
Who cares what I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
You believe so many different stupid, idiotic things that you have no credibility.
I mean, the last time...
Wait, let me get on the edge of my chair.
The last time I looked at MSNBC, you were asleep. You had your head on the desk, for Christ's sake.
How long? What are you talking about?
You've been all over the
I haven't
map
been all
on
over
this.
anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, let me get on the edge of my seat, and then you can tell us what you believe. Go ahead.
That's what I want to watch MSNBC and see somebody sleep.
Well, that's great, Fred. Why don't you relate to something about 200 people watching the country? Listen, hang a phone up.
There's 200 million people watching that show.
There's nothing watching.
Don't blow your doll up.
There's millions of people watching.
Go brush your tooth and blow up your doll. Bo Deal is here, and Bo was on Court TV Friday night with Leslie Abramson. They were talking about, what were we talking about?
We were talking, they showed the film of them 2 state troopers that stopped this...
whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
Then the following exchange took place between Bo and Miss Abramson.
They're in uniform, they're not in plain clothes.
Hey,
That
two people
defense...
trying to
Give me a break, all right?
They're
Leslie,
shooting at guys with arms.
your liberal attitude goes far beyond...
liberal.
You know what I mean? I'd like someone to pull a gun on you, Leslie.
This man is an imbecile.
Yeah, right. I think you're a lesbian.
Leslie, on that video...
If your radio like sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Well, you were way out of line.
Oh, she called me a fool and an imbecile. No, but the point is that she gave them descriptive
You're an idiot.
about me.
You're an idiot.
You could call me that.
You're a homo
she
idiot.
Can't call me that. I wish I was a homo. Then I wouldn't have so many kids.
You were...
Imus in the Morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Copyright 1998, CBS Radio, all rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment. Thank you very much.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule, an indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled the station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume Monday morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Tollison.
Hill the throw in. Finds Kittles right sideline. Takes it to the middle of the floor to the hole. The layup is no good. It's spun out. Ball goes out of bounds. And a foul on the Nets.
Kerry Kittle's tying effort fails to drop. The Nets come up short. Bob Papa the call on the Nets radio network. New Jersey becomes the first Eastern Conference team to lose to the Clippers. 119-116 the final. After Kittle's miss, the Nets did have a final chance, only to see Lucius Harris's three-pointer clang off the front of the rim. Tough night for Keith Van Horn. 20 of his 26 points coming in the first half. Coach John Calipari disappointed at what he saw as the lack of a complete game from the rookie.
They attacked Keith Van Horn, and he broke down. I mean, I didn't think he did a pretty good job. I mean, the guys he guarded each were getting like 20, so he scored 26 and gave up 40 tonight.
Rodney Rogers, 29 points against Van Horn as L.A. gets just its 4th road win of the season. Down in Philly, Sixers had lost 16 straight to Chicago, but take out the Bulls 106-96. Allen Iverson, 31 to lead the way. Michael Jordan can only tip his hat.
I think this is a confidence builder for them, and they should utilize it as a confidence builder. And we look at it in the sense that we didn't execute, we didn't do the necessary things, and they beat us down the stretch.
Jordan scored 20. Scottie Pippen had 22 points, the only Bulls in double figures. Boston beat Vancouver 97-93. Detroit nipped Charlotte in overtime 95-94, and Seattle topped Miami 103. 85. College basketball, an upset in the Big East. Notre Dame topples West Virginia 74-72. Flutie, a bill, and a 6-player deal in the NHL. That is next. Fan 2020 Sports Time is 10:01.
Everyone needs someone who will be there. Everyone needs someone on their side.
For more than 70 years, Nationwide Insurance has been on your side with the most comprehensive auto insurance you'll find anywhere at premiums that are easy to afford. In fact, when you insure your car with a Nationwide agent, you can take advantage of a variety of different discounts for simple things like having airbags, being a safe driver, or for being a long-term policyholder. To find out more, just talk to your local Nationwide agent.
Nationwide is on your side.
For a no-cost, no-obligation second opinion on your insurance coverage, contact Norman Schwartz in Staten Island. In New Rochelle, see Ken Stern. Nationwide is on your side.
WFAN 2020 Sports Time is 10:02. Reports out of Buffalo have the Bills offering former Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie a 2-year deal. Flutie has been plying his trade in Canada, leading the Toronto Argonauts to back-to-back CFL titles. He reportedly will get the minimum base salary of $300,000 plus incentives. Capital Baseball signing, second baseman Eric Young gets a 4-year, $18 million deal with the Dodgers. Closer Rod Beck signs a 1-year contract with the Cubs, and Ryan Klesko staying in Atlanta, agreeing to a 4-year, $20 million contract with the Braves. The NHL reaches the All-Star break, 3 games last night as Washington gets by Chicago 3-2. Buffalo pounds Vancouver 6-2, and Colorado and San Jose end up in a 2-2 tie. Also a trade last night as Montreal sending forward Stephane Richer to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get enforcer Mick Vukota, also going in the deal from the Canadians, Darcy Tucker.
The Buccaneers?
Did I say the Buccaneers?
Buccaneers.
I'm sorry, the Lightning.
I thought it maybe Stephane Richier's a place
Tampa
kicker.
Bay, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Freudian slip, I guess. Stephane Richer, Darcy Tucker, David Wilkie to the Lightning for Mick Vukota, Patrick Poulin, and defenseman Igor Ulanov. And WFAN reminding you, Phoenix House has helped thousands of kids beat drugs and finish high school. If your child needs help, call 1-800-DRUG-HELP. And fan weather for today, cloudy, scattered rain, a high of 40. Tonight, light snow is likely, maybe an inch, a low of 29. And then for tomorrow, cloudy, a chance of flurries, and a high of 35. The current Central Park temperature, 37 degrees under cloudy skies. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Tollison with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the home for Super Bowl 32 on Sunday, January 25th.
Sports Radio